Cradles and Jelly Spoons. This is Tim down for Living with MS in Tenerife. We're here again on a Wednesday meetup midweek, and we're at the Nebula restaurant. I'm 1 minute late because I have a trouble with my second camera. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim down for Living with MS in Tenerife. Roll intro. And as you can see, I've got my yellow shirt on, but you might have noticed it's a little bit lighter than before because I bought loads of them. They were on offer at €4 a piece at 2 tree ball. XL, I know that they should have got XXL, but they didn't have it. XL and €4, and I bought 6 of them. So that's me done for the next 2 years, I think. Cool dude. Let's have a look around, see where we are. This is the second camera. We're on the corner here looking out at the Mind Hotel and the Tropical Park. And we've got no guests today, but we've got the camera like this. We can move it around like that. People don't eat here till around about 6 or 7. Cool dude. So let's do 2s up. So this will be the view if anybody comes and sits in front of us and we get to interview them. I've got the microphone there, I've got the monitor there, I've got the camera looking straight at them. And if they want to go ahead on it on their own, we can go there to that thing there, which is pretty cool. Right, so I don't know why it didn't work before. I think it's because it was zoomed in, but that's another story. Okay. Type comments. Type in the comments, Adam. Okay, let's have a look at you guys in the comments. We got Martin Vasson, Adam was saying, hi Adam. We got Derek Walker, Tricia Slater, Anne-Marie Elton, of course, Dave Bardell, David Butler. I love you, Butler. I'm looking at the wrong camera. It's Craig's on evening, and David Butler, Craig, and Peter Glennon. Good evening, Tim. Good evening, Peter. How the devil are you? Thanks for joining us tonight. Louisa Parks is on. Thank you for all your support, Louise. Daniel's Adventures saying hi, guys. Tricia, Daniel, Richard Walton. Good afternoon, Tim. Sun is shining brightly on London. It wasn't that long ago. We were sat here having a scoff. That was pretty good. Joanne Hurley. Good evening, Joanne. How are you? And Daniel saying hi to David. So today, if you saw the walk this morning, we had a walk with Jamie and Emma, and that was good because Webby came with us. I couldn't shut him up. I did give him what's it called, a microphone, and then he walked off and just carried on talking, which was amazing. But that's another story. Let's do this so you can see. I think that's a good one there, and then we can bring up the odd thing here. Ian Volley King's on. Hi Tim and everyone. That's pretty cool. So we might be getting a lot more people here now. So Chris decided to stay home today, and the reason she's staying home is that she's still knackered from Monday. We did this Oxen tour. If you've not seen that one, not many people watch the recorded vlogs. I don't know why that is. They don't do as well as the lives. I think it's maybe because people get notified that I'm live and then they know when and where it is, but they don't have much of a thing going on. So here we've got, so I was looking at the weather, and we've still got this northerly wind coming down. And this northerly wind is because we've got a high pressure out to the northwest of us, and it's bringing northerly wind down, so it's a little bit cooler than normal. I did read that we're going to get hot temperatures in the Canary Islands, up to 40 degrees, they said, but I think that's only in the eastward islands. So I can just see the heat coming off the African coast there. In fact, that's the wind, but if we look at the temperature, you'll see that the African coast is a lot warmer than the Canary Islands. and maybe we'll get some of that, but I don't know. For me, it's just about right here. We've got some clouds on the mountain, as you can see, but it's just about right for me, this one. Cool dude. Now, oh, Craig sent me a letter. Don't forget to put your, thank you, got all my toys, got everything. Put the light on for Christina, thanks, Craig. I always read your old, if you haven't sent me an email, I always read your old emails, which is pretty cool. So let's have a look to see on here whether I can get your comments, because it's pretty hard to see here because the sun's shining right in it. Everyone's saying hi to Carol. Marianne Deary's on. Hello, Marianne Deary. Glad to see you again. I hope everything's okay with you. Been a long time. We are well, thank you. I hope you are well too. Sunstriker's on. Good evening. And Dane Doofus. Evening, Tim. I had a fine day at work. One of the Rover Land Rovers was smoking from the engine. Oh dear, you've been having trouble with that one, haven't you? You've been having trouble with that one. Buying another one on Friday. Okay, called a Weibang. Ah, must be German. If it's W-E-I, Weibang. So if it is German, they will pronounce it with a V, not a W, and the E-I is pronounced I. So Weibang. Let's have a look on here. Timothy Dowd, that's me. Says, well, live must be live. Will anybody turn up to midweek meetup? Because Neil came from Belfast, and he was quite interested to see if he can come. He's going home on Sunday, so he's only tonight. Tomorrow he might join us in Pier 8 with Lee and Annie. Hi, Lorraine. Back in my old spot again. We could do, what's it called? We could do 2 nights in Monte Cristo, but I think why not? I'll come here and have a decent lager. This is San Miguel, and it's one of the best lagers in the town. I'm not really too into the Dorada and all that stuff. Oh, got to skip the advert. Don't you go skipping adverts. There we go. And here he is. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Evening, Timothy. Great to meet you this morning. Currently in Buddies. Well, say hello to, what's his name? Night Strider for me. And what's his missus' name? You know she is. So there you go. So what's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to get up. I'm going to do a recorded vlog. If you know where I should go, or if you've got an idea where I can go, let me know. I'll just go for a walk offline and do a little bit of drone flying, a little bit of 360, maybe driving there, driving back, and do all that. That'd be pretty good. Daniel saying hi to Neil. And Sue FedEx. I know Sue, I've seen you in a while. On my way back home from Liverpool. Lovely day in Liverpool. Did you go to the Docklands, or what's it called? GT's on. Evening, Timbo. Nobody calls me Timbo and lives. That used to be a nickname when I was in Wales, Timbo. Timboy, Timbo. I've got an itchy ankle. So what are all your plans? That's what I want to know. What are your plans for the weekend, maybe? Anybody doing anything exciting? That'd be a good exciting thing. Let's turn this one around and get double Tim, look. That'd be pretty good. Laura, Tim. There you go. Laura and Andrew. There you go. I am David. Missed my text on Andrew's vlog. It was just to say that Harry and I will be in Buddies on the 7th of June in the evening. Nice to meet up. There you go. Lee Shaw's on. See you in the morning for a coffee. Yep. It doesn't open until 10 apparently, so I won't be there till 10 o'clock or just after. I'm going to go for a walk first. I'll probably park in Vista Sur and then go up and have a walk round San Telmo and the top road by Los Cristianos there, and then come back down past the Las Vistas Beach, and then end up in 8 Pier. I know it looks like it's Pier 8, but apparently it's 8 Pier or Ocho Pier, I don't know. And we'll have a look at that. Cool dude. So Denise Pearson's on. Cool. Hi Denise. How's Steve getting on? They chucked him out yet? That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, Steve's on as well. So let's go. Subs on. Hi, sub. When are you coming over next? Danny's Veggie. What's the temperature there, Tim? In 21 in London. It's probably about, I would say, 23 in the shade and maybe 25 to 26 in the sun. Sun's going down now, so that's all right. Did I miss anybody else? Ruth's on. Hi, Ruth. Marianne Deary, so we're in Buddies on the 7th. On the way back from Liverpool, we did that. And Sue Fedak came in again. Trisha's on. Yes, went to the Albert Docks, went on the road and water tours. Very nice. Well, the Albert Docks is really, really good there. Really good there. I was saying hi to everybody else. It's all nice when we all get together, isn't it? Fine, thanks, Denise. Let's do this so you can see it. That's even better. I'm not too big on that one, am I? Julie Standing. Hi, Tim. Nice meal and drinks in there on Saturday. Enjoyed it. Cool dude, Julie. Are you still in the islands? Kev Weaver's on. And Tracy Dawn Silk. I wish I was in the Nebula. I wish I was in Dixie. Ruth saying she's okay, taking out the Labrador. Jen for a walk. 28 degrees in Cashel. And no, Tim, he's got to do as I say, and he needs my residency to stay. I love it. I love it. So he's going the route of was it conjugal rights or whatever they call it? It's not conjugal rights, is it? Where you can join your spouse. If your spouse is legal, you can bring your husband in. Amazing, amazing. Maria Ayers is on. Linka Sakin, and Anne-Marie, of course. So it's always weird when I'm on my own here because I can talk till the cows come home, but I find I'm talking about nothing, and I've not really got anything to tell you that you don't already know. My back's still playing up, but I've got the belt, so that's helping. Chris is all right, same shit, different day, as she says. Returning home to Surrey Morecambe on Sunday. Okay. Oh, you returned already? Oh, okay. Yeah, but at least it's nice there, isn't it? It's nice going over. I've been to Morecambe a couple of times. I think my uncle used to work there. Used to live there. He didn't work. I think he retired before I was born. My dad's big brother. No, he probably wasn't retired, but he was definitely a what's it called? He was a chippy, I think, and he was something big. Passa? And there was something big in the Jehovah's Witnesses. He was like a grand wizard or something like that. Alan's homemade vlogs is on. Good evening, Alan. Just in a warm day here on the west coast of Scotland. I like those sunsets that you put up. They're pretty cool. Garin Davis is on. Garin. I know he's not Welsh. I just love that name in Welsh for myself. It sounds like it should be Welsh, shouldn't it? You have told me where I'm from, where you're from, but great live this morning. Wonderful people. Yeah, that was good. Emma and Jamie. They don't always come to see me, but they've been about 4 times now. We've met them 4 times. We've had a meal with them up with a load of people in the, where was it? The vault, up by the vault. And yeah, that was good. Siobhan, great people, yeah. Ruth, Mum was hoping to get her haircut in the hairdressers in Kendal today. Didn't it happen? And QQ, Jen Zdratke. What made you decide to go to Tenerife and not another Canary Island? There wasn't really much of a choice, to tell you the truth, because we came here on holiday in 2012. And I thought it'd be nice to retire here. And we talked about it, and we came again in 2013 Christmas. No, it was still 2012, I think. 2012 March, sorry. And then we came in Christmas 2012. And we thought, yeah, this is where we're going to stay. So we didn't go to any other Canary Island. It was the first one and the one we fell in love with. And the reason we fell in love is because it had everything. It had the south west, which is what we now call the ghetto, which we don't really mean, but it's basically a made-for tourist area. But there is plenty of villages up this coast, the west coast, which is the desert side of the island. It's the less humid and it has been the less windy up until this year. So this is a nice place to come if you like sun and constant temperature. Then we looked at the north, Puerto de la Cruz. At the time, that wasn't very wheelchair friendly. That was pretty old, and they've done a lot with it now. But sort of 10, 11, 14 years ago, I think it is now, when we were there, it wasn't really wheelchair friendly. Although there was a bigger German, what's it called, community there. So there were like shops you could get German stuff in and all that. So it was on the radar, but then we went over to Anaga, and that was really sort of not desolate, but it was very hilly, and a lot of the places were very small. I don't want to say dingy, but quaint. And when you don't want quaint if you're in a wheelchair, unfortunately. Sí, porfa. You don't want quaint if you're in a wheelchair. So so then we looked at Santa Cruz itself, the capital, and I would have probably got more work there as a magician for better money because you're playing to locals and people with money. Whereas here in the south, everybody's doing everything on the cheap. You know, everybody wants to make a profit, so basically they don't pay anything. And so, but we also said when we want a bit of culture, we can go up to Santa Cruz. When we want a bit of rainforest and some German culture and German shops and bread and stuff like that, we can go to Puerto de la Cruz. If we're on this coast here, up in the villages, we got the nice Spanish culture. We go into the national park. We went a couple of times, but Chris didn't like it because it's like going around windy roads, and she can't see very well. She could see fairly good at the beginning, but she couldn't see very well. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. And yeah, she couldn't see very well, so we stopped doing that touristy type stuff, or tourism, not touristy, tourism, going around touring. So she says, no, I don't really want to look at stuff. We were thinking of going to the flowers. In fact, Denise was doing a great job in letting us know where to go and what to do. Miguel, ¿qué tal? Bien? Bien? And yeah, so we ended up decided south west, but not in the tourist area. So we came up to Callao Salvaje. Although we do now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hotels plus a big Airbnb um, thing. So there are a lot of people here, a lot of tourists here, but it's not the type of tourism where it's intrusive. You know, everybody sort of fits in, if you like. And there's also a couple of expat German groups. There's some expat Italians. There's some expat Brits, of course. But a lot of people get on. It's very eclectic. I don't think you go and find a British bar or something like that. Although maybe the Three Horseshoes tends to be a British bar. Monte Cristo, there's like 50-50 British and German, I would say. Plus in the winter we get a lot of Scandinavians there. And in the restaurants, you can really get everything. You can get from cheap and cheerful to top class. And because we're just over from the, what's it called? The Rosa Centre in Playa Paraiso, there's plenty there as well. Plenty is there as well. So, Jens, I hope that was... it is Jens, is it? Jens Ratke? Where you from, Jens? Louise, Alan, Emma Lempstead. That's it. More for you next week. Yes, we're going to meet Gary Davis next week. I'll have to get an Emma Lempstead accent. Do you know what that is? Emma Lempstead accent. 117 people watching now. Thank you very much. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I've lost 12 people in the last 28 days. I was putting it down to getting 800 and odd off the back of Lee, and then they've decided, oh yeah, that's not exactly what we want. So they've gone away again. Gary Taylor's on. Simil in Glasgow. Trisha says Alan. Rocky's on. Hey. Jassy, where are you today? Berkshire. 20 degrees. There you go. Army Man Travels. Tim Mods and all in the chat. And Marie saying beautiful sun today. Question from Daniel: have you visited other Canary Islands? Nope. Because Chris doesn't travel at all. I mean, she hates coming down here. She hates coming out of the house. because it's a lot of preparation. If you've had young kids and let's say it's midwinter and it's minus 20 degrees and you've got to pack your kid up and all the shit that goes with it and take them out in a pram, that's what it's like. And she Chris understands that. So she says, I just can't be bothered. So she will go out if we're doing something interesting, but to go and look at other things, not really what we're doing. Claudio, Claudio. Nikki's on. Hi, Nikki. Hope you're okay. Looking nice and bright in your yellow shirt. This is a brand new one, Nikki. I was just saying. They did a. They've got them. The XL. They got them back in. They got them back in, and it was €4, and I bought 6 of them. There you go. Evening, Tim. Hope you're okay. Looking good. That's what we said. Carol, Jassy, Alan. Good evening, says Crispy. Crispy, hey Trisha and everybody. Jens, Germany. Ah, wir können auf Deutsch reden, wenn du willst. Aber ich kann es nicht schreiben, ich kann es nur reden. Und mein Akzent ist wahrscheinlich ein bisschen südlich, so bayerisch. So ich kann kein Deutsch, sondern nur bayerisch. Bin runtergefahren, glaube ich, habe einen Haxenbrocher. So Jens. Jens is probably a northern German name, is it? Ratke? Did anything happen about the white van man, Tim? No. Basically, I've left it as in the policeman's hands. He's going to find the owner and take him to task as a bit of a bollocking. But there's going to be no sort of official charging with anything. I mean, as I said, he's a hot-headed young man, and I don't want to ruin his life for one little slip up. And so I'm going to take the route of least resistance and say, as long as he understands what he did was wrong and he learns from it, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Ruth's sister-in-law Fiona has ordered us some food from Tesco. Getting it tomorrow afternoon. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, what happens if you're hungry now? If I order food here, I don't want to say come back tomorrow. How's Stephanie today, Tim? I've not talked with Stephanie this morning. She called yesterday and she was okay yesterday. Kids are running about, but husband's still home. And in fact, she said she was going to do an update on her GoFundMe page because she hasn't updated it since the thing. Let me just see. No, she's only done one update. So I keep telling her you don't forget to update the GoFundMe page. But I'd like to thank everybody that contributed to that. It was really really helpful, and not only helpful, but it saved her. And not only did it save her financially, but it saved her mentally as well, because she was really worried that she couldn't go back to work after 12 months off maternity leave. She was supposed to go back in January, and what happened then is she got ill, obviously. Well, she wasn't ill, she just couldn't see very well, went for the operation, and now she's like 6 months. She can't do anything, can't drive, can't see. She has trouble looking into the computer, trouble looking at TV and stuff. When the kids are running around, she's getting dizzy. And so they say it just takes time, her husband's staying home, which is good, but he can only get 4 weeks off. Unpaid, and then he's got to go back, really, because I mean they need him. It's not that he can just like say, I'm going away for half a year, you know what I mean? If he was in America, he'd be fired by now, definitely. And they only give him an attendance pay because he's not the one that's ill. And funnily enough, they don't pay it until you renew your sick note, which is every 4 weeks. So for the first 4 weeks when you need the money, you don't get anything. Then after that, then you get something back. But as I say, because Steph was in maternity leave, she doesn't get any pay from her work, and Cassim doesn't get vacation pay, but the social security, not the social security, the health insurance pays a little bit of a daily rate just to go towards things. It's like €8 a day, I think they'll pay for 4 weeks, and then he's got to go back to work. So that was the problem, and they said, well, how we're going to make ends meet, for the simple reason is they'd moved house in the year that's maternity leave because there's an extra kid. They needed an extra room because the first daughter was sleeping with them still, and she was coming up to 5 years old, so they had to move. And so they got a nice little flat in a farmhouse. Horses outside, it's beautiful for the kids. It's in a little village in Bavaria. But there's nothing there. That means you've got to do everything with a car. You've got to do shopping with it. There is actually a train station there, but the next train station is further away from the supermarket than if you walked, basically. And it's too far to walk. And it's dangerous as well because they're in like country roads. There's no real pavements outside of the villages. So yeah, so it all came together. And then 2 months off from his work. And so I was helping her out. I couldn't help anymore. Well, I could, but I said, let's ask for help. That's the easiest, and we did. And she thanks everybody for that. 54 thumbs up. Nikki's on. Too Slick Nick. Good evening. Rocky, hey, Nikki. I know Cole's taking a break. Just hoping he's genuinely okay. I know he's. I heard he was sick. I've not contacted him personally. I must admit, but I think I will. But I thought he was just sick. But I think he's just taking a break, just to cool off a bit. Just to cool off. Proud of my Spanish, says Rocky Earth Guy. Yep, I remember you do. Slick Nick, Army Man Travels. Please like and share. Just redoing the Skipton video. Okay. Steffi thanked me personally, very welcome. Okay, you're very welcome. Pat, Army Man, saying hi to Pat. Cool Skipton blog. I'll have to look at that when I get home. Jesse. Pat, thanks Nick. Looking forward to some more Irish blogs, says Peter Glennon. Jesse's got in a great position at the moment because he's doing this basically full time, and he's getting to lots of different places. And I know he goes to different hotels almost every night, and there is a reason for that. I'll let him tell you, but he has talked about it. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Spasiba.
We're not from Russia, we're from Poland.
You're from Poland? Yeah. Oh, Kukanamunia. Kukanamunia. Dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Dziękuję. I thought they were Russian, they're Polish. Okay, Daniel Pat Moran saying sorry. Maria Ayers. And we're at the bottom. Evening Pat, cool dude. Webby said he was going to come and say hello on his way out or his way home, one of the two. He got the coffees today and then bragged about it. I'm going to stop him paying for me. The thing is, I do all his thumbnails. Well, not all of them, but I do a lot of his thumbnails. I do a lot of his other stuff. I've got him involved. So he gets me to do stuff. So I think, that's cost you a coffee, that's cost you a beer. So when he buys it, it's as if he's giving it me for nothing. When actually I'm working bloody hard for it. Craig, not heard from Col for over 2 weeks. Darts Discord matches, I record them on OBS, then upload them. Okay, cool. Channel is Darts Discord matches. I know what darts is and I know what Discord is, but I don't really know what that means together. If you could elucidate on that, Slick Nick, that would be interesting. And if you want to come on a Monday to explain about it, we can have a look at you. Let's see if I can get to your channel from here. I think I can. Where are we? Slick Nick, 112 people watching. Cool dude. Let's go to channel. 17 subscribers, 18 subscribers now. So let's go and have a look at Slick Nick. The last video he did was 7 days ago, so very recent. And after that was 8 days ago, 9 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So he's pretty good at putting videos up. He does shorts as well. Not many, but a few. Lives. There's only one stream test. Didn't it work? Didn't it work very well? We're using OBS for that as well. If you're on a PC or actually a Mac, if you're on a Mac, I'm using Ecamm Live, ECAMM. If you're on a Mac, check that out. That's great for this because you can do all this stuff. You are watching. So it's very similar to OBS, and you can do things like go to timothydowd.com/live or timothydowd.com/events, or you can even put music. I think I don't know how to do the music one, but I think there is a way to put music in the background as well, which I might do actually. Hang on, let me see if I can do that. Window, music, sound effects, cameras, comments, interview. Main window, network, overlays, preference, program, scenes, sound effects. That's this. Sound effects, there you go. And we can put music on. In a world gone mad, a man with a yellow t-shirt. And he's doing his best. This is the latest news from WANK Radio. Yeah, I forgot about this one. This is called Stripping Down Nude. I like this. Dun, 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 dun. Here's the weather, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days. 22 degrees in the shade, 25 to 26 degrees in the sun. Not a lot of wind at the moment, and we're going to go and go over to another piece of music called The Forgotten Rusty Carousel. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very spooky here, spooky. Number one, what else we got? Dun, 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 dun. And, well, I hope you like that. Oh, and we've got, what was that dad joke? Why was the beach wet? 'Cause the seaweed. And keep death off the roads, ride on the pavement. And that's the end of the weather. No, that's the end of the news. Now here's the weather. There's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days. This is a fog warning. I don't actually know what this does, but it's basically a fairy is jumping on my shoulders. I think that's on this. And I don't know what this is. Oh, party noisemaker, okay. And then we've got a timpani roll. I think that's like got ham and cheese in it. Ah, okay, that's good. And of course the ubiquitous triangle. Loads of stuff. Down a point. I like these. These are like, what are they called? You can use these as sort of, oh, this is the famous one that I've used for a long time. Who misses that? This is the short version, I think. Oh no, it's the long version. We'll get rid of that. And then this is the one when I used to introduce Dame Janet Anscombe. Oh, this is what I use now. It's one number one, I forgot that. Oh, I like this one as well. One of those sort of like, what do they call it? 60s, isn't it? Super 60s. And oh, this I used to finish on this one. I like the finishing on this one, but basically it was too much sort of twiddling of knobs and putting the volume up and the volume down. The beer. Look at this. I'm reading you things without doing it. So, Alan's on. Oops, don't do that. Saying Jesse Lee Shaw, Treehouse Tree Offer tonight, somewhere different. That's quite a nice place there. They've really done it up. There's a nice pool table in the middle, big terrace out the back, chill out spot as well. You'll love it. And if there's a band on, it gets pretty loud if you're close by the bar, but if you like that type of stuff. Tim's event page, there you go. Rocky Earth Guy, go to the events. Thank you, Jesse. Need to do a meditation podcast. Yeah, it is. Actually, I've done one. So if you want to go and go to my channel, then go to the playlists. I've got a medication. Probably need one of them as well. I've got a meditation podcast. I've got two of them. One's to get up in the morning and one's to go to sleep at night. Dave Mulready, not out until 1845. There you go. Red Robins 2025. Anne-Marie's put that up. Rocky, Dave, Daniel. So you live in Reading. We're all talking to Jassy now. Still learning how to use YouTube Studio. Okay. Just subscribe to channel. Slick Nick. There we go. We got a couple of people on. Oh, I know Foggy's not on now, but Foggy is nearly at 400. So if you can go and give him some love if you haven't already. And I noticed that Webby's only 10 away or something like that from 3,000. So if you're not subscribed to Webby, even if he's like Marmite, do me a favour and let's get him to 3,000. Let's see what he's on now. I'm actually an admin of his account, so I can switch accounts to Webby's and get you the exact number. 2,959. 2,959. I'm going to cover his earnings up because I don't want everybody to know that. So if we get another 41 of you, 100 people watching, going to Webby Boom, youtube.com/@WebbyBoom, Webby BOOM. Get him to 3,000 by Friday. That would be great. And you can go to his channel. You can actually press the share button under any video and share it to YouTube, X, Blue Sky, anything you want, Instagram, and that helps as well. So if you share one of his videos, and the ones he's doing at the moment that he's quite excited about, and he did one today as well, was the tips of the horses. Now obviously it's not going to be evergreen because once the horse has run, he's run. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go back through the catalogue and I'm going to see what his tip did, and if you'd have put a tenner on each horse each way, whether you'd be up or down. So I know Ash did that one year when he was doing the live shows, and he did very well. And Webby reckons that this is better. Now, I've got this thing here again. These have healed, right? But I got this thing again now, and that was not a fat burn. I don't know what happened with that. I think it was a brush burn. I was picking Chris up out of a chair, and I brushed something. That was a brush burn. So I'm in the wars at the moment. I think that's a fat burn though. And I got to be very careful because living in the sun here, it's very easy for damaged skin to get cancerous. So you got to be very, very careful. If you are coming over, the UV index goes way up to 8 or 9, even though the clouds are around. So if you're over on the island, don't forget, be very careful with your sunscreen and all that. Let's do this. Swing. Thanks, Jesse. Alan's Homemade Vlogs is putting people up as well. Just subscribe, said Siobhan. Slick Nick's getting more subscriptions. Cheers, Steve. Having a great time traveling every 2 weeks. Next up, Mallorca. Majorca. Mainly on TikTok, but do a few shorts as well. Okay. I think TikTok's a big thing, isn't it? But I think TikTok, you got to be selling stuff to earn money on that, haven't you? You don't get paid for the views on TikTok, I don't think. Have a couple of years watched. Okay, did that. Shirley's on. Ian the Volley King. Fun Sun Algarve. I love Europe. I'm from Charleston. I spent 2 evenings in Charleston, North Carolina, and one going down to Georgia and one coming back from Georgia. And I stayed in, was it the Holiday Inn? It's the one with the swimming pool halfway up the tower. And there was on the top, there's a restaurant, and I asked for a brandy after dinner, and they brought it with ice. And I'm not a snob, but you don't put ice in brandy. So what I did is I said, no, brandy's got to be warm. I shouldn't have said that. They took the ice out, took the brandy away, stuck it in the microwave, ding, and brought it back. It was steaming. So, like an idiot, I went to smell it. And of course, all the alcohol had turned to steam and it went straight in, and I was immediately drunk. Immediately. And that was fun. That was fun. Niece is in Barcalo, Santiago just now. Beautiful hotel. We actually did our first live with Chris and myself from that hotel. It's I think it's Barcelo, is it? Barcelo? I know the ticks on the O, but I don't know whether you say C or K. Barcelo, 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 I think it is. Dave Bardell, love the Tim, the DJ, and the newsreader. You know, I do what's the word? I do subscribe to Epidemic Sound, and if you want to try it out for free for 30 days, and you can keep the music. No, you can't keep the music. Any music you use within the 30 days of your trial and publish with your video is free for life. You can't download a song and then use it after the 30 days. You can't use it on another video. But any videos you put out in that 30 days is free, and you can do it. All you need to do is just keep doing that with different email addresses if you want to rip them off. But it is well worth buying it because you don't get the hassle, especially if you're putting videos up. You don't get the hassle of what's it called? Copyrights. And they're not strikes, they're just copyright infringements. And you get a message to say you can't monetize this thing, and any money that happens to come in, the people who sing the song get it. And so Epidemic Sound's a great place for music, and it's got a really great interface where you can put in the type of music you want, the genre, the beats per minute if you want, the duration. And lately, if you like a song but it's too long or too short, or you just need like 20 seconds of it, but you don't want to like cut the middle out, you want a beginning, middle, and end, you can tell the system to do me a 20-second version, and it'll get the beginning, and then it'll cut and blend in the middle, then it'll blend the end as well. Excellent. Go in and check it out. If you go down and register through my link, and you do end up paying for it, then I get a kickback if you end up paying for it. And there's 2 levels I think you go in at. There's the level of the normal one, YouTube, one. Well, it's one of any channel. So YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You just put all your channels in there, and you can use it anywhere. Also on your vlogs, your blogs, and your podcasts, and on your website. So you can use it everywhere as long as you put the links to those things in, and it all automatically checks and everything. Epidemic Sound. That's what I got most of these sounds from. Not the bicycle, but they do sound effects as well, and it's well worth it if you've got a channel, because as you've seen, if you go to some of my recorded vlogs, the music is the thing that makes it. What I'm trying to say is you can't use the music as a DJ, so I can't go through like I did just and play the whole song through and then say, oh, next up we have blah blah blah. I would love to do that because that would be a great late night show, wouldn't it? Just playing Epidemic Sound songs, like smooth jazz evening, midnight, have a glass of wine, chat with you guys. I might actually do that, tell you the truth. See what happens. Because actually it just says you can't resell them. I might try that. I think I can actually do it from here. Can I actually play sound? Let me see if I can play it and that you can hear it. So I've gone off now and I'm opening Epidemic Sound. I'm logged in already. Let me know if you can hear this. The first thing it's offering me is Beach Breeze. I'm not sure whether you can hear that. Movie, no. Sound effects, no. Zoom guests, we don't really want Zoom guests. Use echo cancellation. Overlays recordings, output, no. So what is it? What is it? I'm going to look for preferences, audio, use echo cancellation, enable echo cancellation for external speakers, automatically mute, mic delay, map inputs, channels 1 and 2, no. Movie, system output mix mode. Use this setting only when you want the max audio output being mixed back in. Okay. You are activating this. Ecamm Live will not mix movie audio, sound effects and guest audio into your broadcast. I will not mix, okay? I'm going to press the button. If I die, that's the end of the show. But I'm going to try it. So can you hear that? Yeah? I think you can hear this. You can hear the music now, can you? So that was the first one. Oh, I can look, can't I? Let's just have a quick look to see where I am. I've probably missed it now. Oh, it's playing the next one. Good. I think you can hear this. You can hear the music now, can you? Okay, cool. So that was the first one. So it's actually mixing it into the microphone channel, so I can't do the music and the voice different, which is a shame. What I might be able to do is, can I turn the volume down here? Yes. Oh yeah, I can turn the volume down here, so I can actually do like a DJ type thing, which is pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, cool. And if I turn this off, so I can't hear it myself, and I put it down at that level, is that better? I don't know. I think what I might do is just do a different, get a mixing desk. I've already got a mixing desk. I just plug it in and play the music through the mixing desk if I want to do it. I'm actually going to turn the music back off now. So if I can find the bloody cursor, there it is. Let's turn that off. Okay. And I'll go back in and turn the whole thing off because I never know what's going to happen. Uh-oh, I've lost something now. There we go. Go on to preferences and system output off. Okay. Cool dude, we're in live 48 minutes and you are watching
You done thing?
No, we're not done. We're still live. This is Claudio, ladies and jelly spoons.
How are you?
Is Alejandro still on vacation?
Yeah, it's coming back to 28.
The 28th, there you go. So if you come and see Claudio and he'll get you a decent table. And what's the specials today? Do you have specials? No specials.
Yeah, it's special. It's
Yeah?
hold on.
We'll find out what the specials are. Cool dude. Have a quick look on here, where I am. This is your song.
The special today is ribeye.
Ribeye steak.
Ribeye steak
Oh,
from Argentina.
wow.
It's really, really good.
Oh.
Come back to see ribeye steak.
I've already cooked. I'm having braised mushrooms and onions with. Oh, shut up. Braised mushrooms and onions with semmelknödel.
Okay.
A potato, not a potato, a bread dumpling.
Yeah, it's coming back here to start the ribeye. The ribeye is coming Your choice is French fry, banana potato, rice, or salad.
Rice with ribeye. I never had a rice with a steak before. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. How much?
Okay, then
Quanto cuesta?
26.50.
$26.50. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to run down and grab a ribeye,
Yeah.
come down right now. Come and see Claudio. TG Newsreader, Slick Nick, Daniel, hit the thumbs up. I'm way behind. I'm way behind with the tishes. If you've said something you want me to reread, please type it again. Is Tenerife a country in Europe, Funson Algarve? It is actually. Tenerife belongs to Spain, and Spain is in the EU. It's not on the European plate, I don't think. It's on the African plate, so geologically. But it is in the European Union politically. The only thing we do have here, and that's why you have customs, extra customs here, is we have a special taxation. We don't have the Spanish IVA, which is the impuesto, whatever, value added tax. It's like VAT. We have the IGIC, which is the Impuesto General de Islas Canarias, and that is only 7%, whereas the VAT is 21% on the mainland. So you do have to go through customs when you come here, and anything you import to the island, you've got to go through customs if it exceeds 150 euros. So that's why Amazon don't deliver electronics here, because it's such a pain to do all the export-import instead of just delivering it with the post office. Now you can actually just get it from the German Amazon, and they just charge you the German VAT and send it. So you're actually just paying the normal VAT. If you don't, then you get your local VAT. But they're clever. They're very clever, you know. If you do get something delivered to you and it's over 150 euros, they add the 7%, whether you've paid VAT or not. They add 7% on it, and they add 30% I just want to be tax. So you're actually paying more than if you bought it in the mainland, if you buy online. Did Nuri to Dave M should have jumped out in Drogheda. I hope I said that right. Hi Tim, says Tina Rigby. Hi Tina. And my man's on. Shadows. Sounds very shadowsy, yeah. Man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation for the swimming pool. Gave him a glass of water. But you should off Pat Moran. That's not very nice, is it? Don't want to off Pat Moran. Fun Son, part of the bunch of islands off the west coast of Africa, it's part of the EU. There you go, says Daniel. GT, you need to get an intro song just for Webby. My Old Man's a Dustman, maybe. Is that a good one? I tell you what, how do you know, I made a joke up today and Chris likes it. How do you know when you're an alcoholic? When the only alcohol you've got in the house is Heineken and you drink it. That was a Webby one. ZZ Top. Talking about ZZ Top, we're actually going to meet Orcus on Tuesday. So Orcus Whaling, big beard. Len Harvey's on from Paphos in Cyprus. 2 hours ahead of you, there you go. I thought you were 50 years behind me. Second visit of the year, says Marias. We'll do sometime, Dave. What happened to the food for thought with Giuliani and Ian? Well, basically, first of all, Giuliani started getting very busy, and they were doing it once a month, the first Wednesday. And then, of course, Ian's wife, Barbara, had a stroke, and she's recovering very slowly, but she is recovering. I've talked with Ian last week. And so they decided to put it on hold for a while. So Giuliani was very good with it. She would do all the stuff, but I think Ian did all the behind-the-scenes preparations and stuff. So if Ian's not there, then basically it's nothing works. And so what I want... they're just having a rest, so it will come back again. I think it will come back again. Like that one, Tim, a bit funky. So, my darling Nick, what and where is that? Where the king's tombs are? My darling Nick, I'm not sure whether you're talking to me or whether you're talking to somebody else. So you're probably talking to somebody else. Wagwan Tours is on. Hi, Wagwan. Captain Kirk. Jimmy England's on. Oh, Mahmoud's on. EasyJet, Wizz Air. What's better? Never flown with either of them. Don't do Wizz, they're awful. Oh dear. Wasn't Wizz Air Austrian or something? Oh, that was Nicky Lauda, wasn't it? Lauda Air. Overbooked my seat. 3 people have the same seat. Oh my God. That's the way to do it, though, isn't it? Sell your plane 3 times. I think I'll do the Webby tips with Fiverr and see how we go, says Dave Bardell. Just be very careful. I mean, he does get these tips and he does put them up, but there you go. I don't know who this is. Hello, you're live on YouTube. Who's speaking, please?
Mi nombre es Jessica, soy gestora de Dormitorio.
Ah, from Dormitorium. Hello.
Sí, le llamaba referente, Timothy, al presupuesto que le habíamos tramitado en tienda.
Yeah, mañana.
Era para saber si finalmente estaba interesado en gestionarle el pedido.
Creo que puedo pedirlo. Mi esposa habla con de seguro salud hoy y no lo paga. So tengo que pagar con tarjeta de crédito.
Vale, Timothy, ¿quieres gestionar el pedido ahora para dejarle la mercancía reservada y añadirle?
Mi esposa quiere verlo los dos.
¿Quiere pasar por tienda?
Sí, mañana en la tarde. No tiene está hasta 9, ¿sí?
De 10:15 a 1:30 y de 5 a 8:30 la tienda.
De nuevo. En la tarde, ¿cuándo está abierta?
A 8:30.
Las 5, 8:30.
Desde las 5 hasta las 8:30.
Ok, antes de las 5 no hay.
De 10:15 a 1:30.
Ok. No, es después 5, después de 5. Ok. Mañana.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias a ti. Hasta luego.
Buenas tardes. Hasta luego.
¿Trabaja Leo mañana también?
Dígame.
¿Trabaja Leo mañana también?
Sí, correcto.
Ok. Mañana a las 5. Gracias.
Gracias. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. So there's actually somebody who knows me. I'm buying a new bed. I was trying to get a bed off the social, but they said if they don't give it to a Spanish guy, we're not going to pay, because the Germans will pay you for a bed that goes and all that. And but they said we can't give it to you if a Spanish guy doesn't get it. So that's a pain in the bum. What's meant with Fly Wizz Air a couple of years ago? Bargain. Tim, you missed my joke, says Craig. If that's the one with the glass of water for the swimming pool, I got it. Chris Godfrey's on. EasyJet so cheap. Bob, the wife and immediate family are heading back to PDC this Friday for a week, staying in Club del Carmen. There you go. Wagwan Tours, Mahmoud, Wizz Air have an extra tax when booking. Why not? Aren't you going, Pat? Man knocked on my door and asked for me for a small donation. Yeah, we had that one. We did that one. Daniel, thumbs up. I'm just rushing past everybody now. See you, Alan. Amy Man. Pete and Shell. Daniel. Hey Tim and everyone, my vlogging YouTube phone broke today, so I had to buy a new phone, so I can't log into my main account as it's linked to my home Wi-Fi and doesn't let me collect outside that Wi-Fi. Say it. What? What? Family. Have you just defined a way to get drunk without the calories? Probably. Smelling the fumes. I think that's. I think sniffing's been a thing for quite a while. But yeah, the calories. No sound. I hope we got sound now. Oh my God. I wasn't checking it, was I? Let me just check the sound. I do apologize. If I've been talking for the last 10 minutes and nobody's hearing me, that's been terrible. Skip ad. Oh my God. Oh no, I can hear myself. I wasn't checking it, was I? Oh, okay. Thank God for that. Sounds good to me. Okay, alright. I did that one. I can't hear it, Tim. Cheers. Oh, we're way behind. This is when I was doing all the music thing, wasn't it? Pat giving me a big head. Buenos tardes, says Si. Anyone wants to watch our Turkey series? Here's the link. There you go. Go ahead and watch the Turkey series. Is Webby on? He said he was going to come and have a drink, but... Wagwan Tours, Ruth, Nikki. What happened to the food for thought? We did that one. Daniel, makes sense. You can't get into London easy. Man knocked on my door, asked me for again. You're getting like Adam. Edinburgh and beyond. Michael, how the devil are you, my friend? Good evening, everyone, and Tim. There you go. Am I not everyone? Martin Campbell's on. Great vlog this morning, Tim. Finally made it live on time, Martin. I really enjoy your comments, Martin, because you go into detail and it proves. I mean, it looks like you've watched everything, and I'd like to thank you for your very constructive criticisms and, of course, your praise. I'm humble. Thank you. Daniel's on. David Butler. Tracy, going to thank Craig. See you. Pat Moran, everything hi. Alan Fraser, good evening, Tim, and all who are watching. Backgrounders packing for Tenerife. Happy days. Are you on the same spot, are you? Is it the Cleopatra, is it? Jesse, Daniel's Adventures, Ruth, Rocky. When's the beard combing vlog from Orcus coming to? I'm actually going to try and get him to do something, because he's bought one of these. I'm going to ruin it now, aren't I? One of these the other day, and so he's going to come and I'm going to see him how to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the beard combing blog or vlog as a test of how we can do that. As I've only had 2 beers, haven't I? Edinburgh and beyond. Avonai has not forgotten Jesse. There you go. Alan, Rocky, Edinburgh, thanks buddy. Going way down the bottom now. I'm Michael. How's everyone been? You doing more lives, Kirk? Only know doing on the way to the first few nights. I put £1 each way on a Webby's horse recommended, but no winners. Good fun though. Yeah, worth a 3 punt. Webby always tells me that the horse won at like 1,000,000 to 1 after it's run. So I don't know how good his tips are, or not his tips really. He doesn't give the tips. He gets the tips and passes them on. So it's really nothing to do with him, but I'll be careful. That no sound when speaking Spanish. I wasn't very good, I must admit. I wasn't very good. What time is it now? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I'm not finishing, but I'm going to do this again. You are watching. Cool dude. The reason I'm doing this, I'll tell you now, is as of yesterday, I think it was, the 12th, when was the 12th? As of the 12th, they, Google are going to be putting adverts in the middle. And I've turned it off the live, so you won't get an advert being served while we're live, hopefully. But they will do it afterwards, when it's not live. And they are going to put them in unobtrusive portions. So what I'm doing is I'm putting this thing up every few minutes, so that they'll put an advert either the beginning of it or the end of it, which is pretty cool. So I can actually, without doing anything afterwards, I can force Google to put the adverts here, here and here. So I'm going to have one of these. I've got loads of them. CC porfa. I've got loads of them. So I've got the one for Midweek Meetup. I've also got the one for Freaky Friday. And I've also got the one for... That's better. I've also got the one for Balcony Banter. And that Balcony Banter one was actually the view from my balcony, which I thought was quite nice. And the software I used for it was called MO2 from Motion VFX, and it was the best 3D generation software ever. And then they screwed it up because Apple started making their own silicon. Gracias. Apple started making their own silicon, and they were reliant on a DLL. It wasn't a DLL, but on a portion of the Apple architecture that Apple got rid of when they got rid of Intel. So, and the whole thing was built on it. So you couldn't buy a new Mac and run the old thing on it, and it pissed me off. So, and I was paying a fortune for it as well. So now I've stopped that. So when MO3 comes out, I'll reapply. But I spent 2 years waiting for the new thing. It didn't come out, and eventually it just cost too much, because to get everything, which is what I like, to get everything, it cost me €800 a year, and I'm not paying that if I don't have the 3D thing. And to say the truth, I don't really need the 3D thing. I just fancy it. But 800 is too much. I was paying 200 something, so like a tenner a month. 20 a month even, and that was okay, but I'm not paying 800 a year for that. You can get it monthly, but then it's a lot more. I think it's like 80 quid a month or something like that. Stupid. There we go. Got more waiters than people here at the moment. So let's have a look round. Let's have a look this way. So there's still not many people here, but it is only 7 o'clock, and it is quite nice. There we go. Okay, cool dude. Adam's saying bye. Bye, Adam. A bit of Welsh, Daniel. Where's Daniel doing Welsh? How long did you take to learn Spanish and German, and do you speak other languages? Oh, right. German, it took me about 10 years, I would say. For the first 3 years, I didn't speak German at all when I was in Germany. It took me 10 years for people to start thinking, they didn't think I was German, but they couldn't tell I was English, basically. So 10 years, but I was in Germany for 25 years, and the wife's German, so I had a lot of practice with that. Spanish, I've been speaking since 2012 when I came over. I was speaking 2012 when I came over on holiday, but it was basically por favor, dos cervezas, that type of thing. But then I found Spanish with Paul, and I know I say it on every show, but Spanish with Paul, if you're an English speaker, that is the best course to take. It's a free course on YouTube, Spanish with Paul. Do the 10 lessons, plus there's another 50 lessons of specialities that you can take, but it gives you an idea of what his teaching style's like. But it's well worth to pay the $99 and to go in and do it for a year, and you will be, in 3 months, you'll be fluent enough to go on holiday, and in 12 months you'll be fluent enough to talk about stuff. The only thing is, and I'm saying this, if you're not listening to Spanish, like in movies and telenovelas, then you're not going to be able to understand them when they come back. You're not going to be able to understand them when they come back. Yeah, it wasn't a DLL. I'll just put that out there because it was a I can't remember what it was called, but it was a. The gate's good.
Very good, and you?
Come and say hello.
Hello.
There's loads of people working tonight.
Too much.
Where is everybody?
More personal treats.
Ah, there we go. We go for a party afterwards.
Well, party like that.
Yeah. DLL. When in Spain, lift COVID restrictions. When will Spain lift COVID restrictions? I think maybe in 2028. Which particular COVID restrictions are we talking about? Oh, and I do speak a bit of Welsh, but I blag Welsh. My mum was Welsh, my granny spoke Welsh to me. I was always Timbach. Ah, Timbach. Paid a poeni Timbach. Don't worry, Tim. Don't worry, little Tim. Paid a poeni Timbach. And mochyn bitter, you're a dirty pig. And diawl, you little devil. So I can get by when I'm swearing and doing stuff, but I can't have a conversation in Welsh at all. I can't have a conversation. I was living in Pwllheli. My first wife's mum spoke mostly Welsh. She didn't speak English very well, but she was very nice, you know, very nice lady. As was my first wife, Rosina, if you're watching. We left amicably. James Horsfall, hope you and Christina well. We're all right. Daniel's saying, see you to Adam. Vacation, I've been isolating for 5 years. I'm not sure whether this is a joke or not, but if you have been isolating for 5 years, then you can come out now. Can't wait to come out again. You may be a silly question, but if I say skip to the adverts, do you still get paid? I don't know, but do not worry about that. I know that I get paid more if you watch an advert and buy something, but it's pennies. It's not even pennies. So it's a numbers game. If I get 1,000 people looking at every video, then I end up clearing about 250 euros in the month, okay? If I get 10,000 people watching the video, skipping the ads, then I'll probably get 10 times that. And so it's a numbers game. I would not change your viewing, pleasure, just to earn me a couple of cents. So don't worry about it. But thank you very, very much for the question. Thanks, Tim and Jesse. Bore da, says Craig. That's good morning. And good afternoon is prynhawn da. And good night is nos da. There you go. Hiya. So, we're finishing up now. Looks like Webby's not going to come. I'm just going to text him in case he... Well, we had 121 people on at one point, back down to 86. I never skip adverts, Tim, but don't buy anything like you said. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to... I make the joke sometimes, I'm going to skip the advert, don't you go skipping adverts, but you can skip the adverts, don't worry. Having said that, maybe you've all been watching the adverts, and if you all start skipping them out, I won't get any money. But as I say, I don't do it for the money. I used to think I needed it, but I don't. Let me just check this. Craig first backer. What was I going to look for? Ah, Webby. Going daft. Jamie Priest. The landlord. Oh, the landlord sent me the rules of the pool. Do you want to hear the rules of the pool? Pool rules. Comunidad Callao Beach swimming pool rules. Children under the age of 14 must be accompanied by an adult. Shower before you enter the pool. Smoking is prohibited. Reserving sunbeds is not allowed, which is also prohibited. Bicycles and skates are not permitted, which is also prohibited. Running around the pool is prohibited, which is also not permitted and not allowed. Appropriate footwear must be worn. Appropriate for whom? Swimming with a t-shirt is not allowed. Well, you let the t-shirt swim on its own. Diving or jumping is prohibited. Umbrellas must be closed after use. That's the sun umbrellas. Children who are not yet toilet trained must wear swim nappies. Same goes for adults. No animals allowed except guide dogs for people with visual impairment. And balls and air mattresses are not permitted, not allowed and prohibited. Nice to see you. Getting shouted at from across the road. We watch you on YouTube. Children not allowed toilet training. We did that. Animals, balls, we did that. Glass is not allowed. Food and drink are not permitted inside the pool. So you can have food and drink outside the pool, but not inside the pool. Loud music is prohibido. Prohibido. There you go. Webby. God. I'm telling you. Webby Web. Reacted. I'm finishing now, mate. Okay. It was set to German and did something else. I go to English again. I'm finishing now, mate. See you tomorrow. Or Friday. Bing. Great walk you did this morning, says Paul Wood. Thank you, Paul. I hope Josie. Oh, Josie's on. Cool dude. I hope Sanchez lifts the rules soon. Tenerife and Lanzarote are my favourites at Vacation on TV. I hope he does for your sake. Hope you and Christina are okay. We are, Josie. Thank you so much. How many people are allowed on the beach to stop the virus? Two at a time. Phone him up, Tim. I've just texted him. Isolating for 5 years, reminiscent of the Japanese soldier who didn't know the war was over. There we go. What time is the last bus from Callao Salvaje back to Playa de las Americas? Says Alan Friza. I think it's about midnight. Defo, I'm half pissed in Monty's. Hey, Garda Seville have just arrived. Okay, Garda Seville just arrived. What did I say? What time's the last bus from Callao Salvaje? So if you go into, what's it called? All right.
I observation.
Ah, ¿cómo te llamas? What's your name?
Philip.
Philip. Encantado.
I don't understand.
What?
I'm from Polish.
From Polish. Okay. Kuka na munia. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Dziękuję.
Dziękuję.
Kuka na munio? Kuka na munio? No. Is that not Polish?
Kuku mamuniu?
Kuka na munio? No. Kuka na munio? No. Okay. Maybe somebody told me something. Come and say hello. Where are your parents? Your mother and father?
In the hotel.
Okay. Hi, mother and father in hotel. Nice to see you.
Goodbye.
Good day to you. Bye-bye. You can look here as well. This is the camera. Say hi to your mother and father.
120.
112, yeah?
12.
Yeah, good. Cool dude. Bye-bye. Cool dude. So you go to this thing here, Google Maps, and you put in, let's say, Cleopatra. Cleopatra Palace, for instance. And once you get there, say directions, and then pick the bus. And it says 51 minutes from here to there, and that's including walking to the bus stop here and walking from the bus stop to Cleopatra Palace. And I think you get off at the Zentral Centre. So let's have a look. 471. So the next bus now is going on 1945. So if you're coming to Meetup Monday, midweek Meetup, or Freaky Friday, then 1945 is the earliest bus that you can get if you want to stay for the end of the show. Then it also departs at 2020, 2045, 22, 22.45, 23.50. So it looks like it's the last one is 23.50. So 10 to 12. So those are all, if you want to freeze frame that, let me just do this. So that is all the ones from 2020 through to 23.50. And that is weekdays only, okay? This changes on a Saturday and Sunday and holidays. So those are the last buses in the direction of Los Cristianos. There you go. Cool, dude. Enough. And it does actually take you to Central Center. There you go. It'll take you to Central Center. Gets into Central Center at midnight 27. Then you walk down the Guinel past the Deli Delights from the Volcano. So in between the Andorra and the Volcano, I think you can walk down there and get to Cleopatra Palace. So you actually get there just before 1 o'clock. Cool, dude. Glad I saw that. Glad you asked that. Let's go back to the comments. Isolating for 5 years. Oh, low battery. We got to go. The battery's running out. Tony Bennett is on. Good to see you. Look at advice, maybe 4 quick 3-minute vlogs. Have you seen them? I think they're all right for an amateur. I've not had a look, Tony, but I definitely will now. Not right now, but I'll do it when I get home. Thanks a lot. Kalink T from Paphos. Kalinchta from Paphos. Good night. Sorry, bro. Monty's on the Heineken. Night. Sleep well, everybody. I think we got to go now anyway. Thanks for the COVID updates. This vacation on TV. Rocky Earth Guy, Tony Bennett. Right, my darling Nick, Tony Bennett left my heart in San Francisco. I left my heart in San Francisco. Bless him. Should be wearing a mask. Thanks, Tim. You're right. Very welcome, Alan. Can't wait to see you, my friend. QQ, can we have the Titsa app or bus time, please, Tim? I wouldn't use the Titsa app. I would definitely use what's his name? Google Maps, because the Titsa app only gives you the actual time of the bus when it leaves the terminal. Everything else is off the charts. In fact, if you follow the bus on here, it'll actually give you real-time updates, so you know when it's going to be like 3 minutes late or 20 minutes late even. Gordon's on. Hi, Tim again, in person and online. Goodbye. We should organise a birthday get-together. His supporters. Whose supporters? I've missed everything. Tenerife with Danny, the Crackmaster. Awesome video. Walk with me, Tim did a Tenerife. Okay. Cool dude. Tony Bennett. Bless him. Okay, I think we're done on that. So let's just go to Twos Up and say I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. I've still got a full beer, but unfortunately the battery's running out and I haven't got a charger with me. I nearly did, but then I thought I'm going to go home anyway. I'm cooking tonight. We're going to have mushroom. It's not like soup, but it's creamed mushrooms with with a bread dumpling in the middle of it. Very nice, and a schnapps afterwards. Very German. We're having alcohol-free beer as well. Okay, that's the end of that. You have been watching I'm back in the room because I wanted to find out whether they put an advert after this one as well, right near the end, or whether they're going to let you hang on. If they do an advert right at the end when you're watching this on catch up, then I don't like those. I don't like the ones right at the end, because then you come on and there's like 2 minutes of me waffling and then it's done in it. I keep banging the table, don't Anyway, if you're new to the channel, my name's Tim. I go live at 5:55 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 9 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for a walk. If you want to join me, don't forget to go to timothydow.com/events, find out where I am, and come along with you. And if you want to join on Monday night with a PC, phone, or tablet, you can go to timothydow.com/live and learn all about that. Midweek meetup, you can book to come here and have a drink with us. If you want to stay for dinner, you can. And if we decide together to have dinner all together, then that's also a possibility. And if somebody books, Chris will come out as well. So bye everybody, Rocky Earth Guy, Craig, Daniel, Garin, and my darling Nick, and Gordon, Paul, everybody's saying goodbye. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you all. And let's finish with this.